We are live.
Oh my goodness, how fun, guys.
Yes.
Hi, and welcome to this beautiful ceremony. I'm not going to sing today because you can tell my voice is really messed up.
Perhaps you can share what you did last night.
Last night, I went to a karaoke bar, and which was absolutely amazing because I love karaoke bars, and I especially love karaoke bars with just a piano. And
Did you go to the same karaoke bar
saying,
we
I was like,
went?
yeah, I said, Alden, listen, I have to go back. It's my
Yeah.
home. It's
Yeah.
like where I belong. So yeah, but it's too much. So I was supposed to record today, guys, but not with this voice. Not with this voice.
Well, perhaps. No? No.
No, 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 no. You think it brings an edge to the no.
Exactly. That's my thought. Like it can also be
We're gonna say maybe if I would do that type of music, it'd be different.
yeah.
But that's not why people came on here. Or we're here to bring our wonderful meditation and healing challenge to a close. But I think it's also, there's so much going on in this world right now that it also felt important to stress a few things or to point a few things out, because it seems that our mind is like being overstimulated, I think, on all sides, by all the news and all the input that it's getting, and we're all straying further and further away from our soul, which is never a good idea because that just instills us with a lot of anxiety, panic, feelings of low self-worth. So I just also wanted to come on here, at least, with the intention of, bringing some brightness and love and kindness into this space, right? Because
Yeah.
it's necessary and needed.
Yeah. And also, yeah, and the strong, I would say, strong invitation to connect or realign with soul, to listen why this is showing up, what is being asked of us. So
Mhm,
instead
mhm,
of giving mind the mic and that mind takes over with a lot of fear and panic
mhm.
or it's like there's something being asked of us, very specific, I feel, from
Mhm.
every one of us. Like
Well,
there's
yeah.
something we can do for sure, but it's not logical, or it's not something that the mind comes up with.
Yeah, and I think on a metaphysical level, because I was just having a little discussion with my spirit guides around me, my grandmothers, and I was like, so what is it asking of all of us right now? What is the most important message to take from whatever's happening in the world is to literally reach higher in your consciousness, right?
Mm.
So whatever we are, our human brain is wired to draw conclusions and to it loves the full stop. Like it goes, okay, this is it. This is the conclusion. This, what I'm seeing is extremely real. And a lot of it isn't real. We literally have AI back, front, right, center. And it's being used as a tool, like whether it's the government, whether it's the lower vibrations of in the energy, it's being used to confuse all of us even more. Now, is it then the invitation for you to figure out how AI works, or to detect whether or not AI is being used? No, it's to override this 3D dimension altogether a lot more frequently. So all I kept hearing was reach higher in your consciousness. And how do we do that is by not drawing on conclusions too quickly, right? To not go, I see this, so this is factual.
Yeah.
There's always more to the story.
Mhm. Yeah, and to even take time off, closing your eyes, closing your senses, so that you can listen a little bit more deeply on what your soul is saying. So I believe that's why also that was part of the intention why we created the challenge to realign with that deeper truth, deeper knowing. So yeah,
Yeah.
um,
And through
more,
that stronger connection with your soul, you can, like what I did a few minutes ago, you attract all of the other beautiful souls around you that might not be visible to the naked eye, but that are there. Your spirit guides, your loved ones, and so it becomes more and more. It's important for us to again reach higher, and that we're all capable and able to see past our senses, to look past the senses.
mm,
And I think, what I noticed with myself the past couple of days, I don't know if you've had it, Sauce, as well, but every time I allow myself to do that, the mind is also quick to jump in and say, oh, yeah, but you're just believing in fairy tales, or you just, you're delusional, so the mind will fight back uh, once you really implement this into your life. So yeah, I think that it's what you say. The intention I think the main intention in whatever we do with the Not Your Average Psychic, don't know what. Oh yeah, I'm staying in an Airbnb above a garage, so that was the noise.
Mhm.
But I think the aim is for us, whatever we do with Not Your Average Psychic, is to surpass our logical, rational brain, because not a lot of good can be found there. Not a lot of truth can be found there.
No, exactly, and I feel that while when you are checking in the news, like in social media right now, there's so much
Oh my goodness, guys.
restlessness, and there's so much like the energy. It's like it's very intense, and I believe that if you allow yourself to really feel in your body how you react to that, like then you can sense something is off. Like of course something is off if you believe everything that you see and everything that is being presented to us. But at the same time, I can really feel that it's very like not muddy, but like there's a lot of uh, um, what's the word? I don't know. Like there's a lot not real what we see, right? What we just discussed as well. So, yeah, please take that very seriously. If you have those
I think
if
the word that you were looking for is murky.
murky, yes, exactly. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like that. There's a lot of that in the energy right now. I feel
Oh my goodness.
zooming in on social media while zooming in on the news. So that's why it's so important to to go inwards and listen to what universe is trying to say to us, because that's so it's way softer than what is being presented to us. So and
Mm,
there's also like a fear in connecting with that, and like a resistance, because that means that you are opening up to something much bigger, and letting go of this form also of yourself that you think you find peace, or like that feels safe, which
mm,
isn't. So just be aware of that, like that it's also a challenge to let go of everything that is being presented, and feel the invitation
mhm.
to
Yeah,
let
because we're literally being fed information. They stressed the word "fed" just now to me. You are living in this reality, or you're experiencing this reality because, your true identity is that of a soul, is, you're constantly being fed stimuli, being fed things, and we're become very hyper vigilant to our earthly reality. I notice that with myself as well, and there's not a lot of truth, again, in this earthly third dimension, even though it seems so real and it feels so painful and it feels so, that doesn't make it real. And not to make everyone more confused, but just understand that you're being fed a lot of noise throughout your day, and you're not being asked to zoom in on the noise, to hyper fixate on that noise, but to override the noise. Now, how best to do that? By going into meditation, into stillness, into silence, is a great tool, right? It's a great effective tool. The first step in climbing the ladder of consciousness, which is again being asked of us. It's so important to realize just the sentence, I am more than this earthly vessel. There's more to me. There's more to the story. There's always more. And not in a greedy way, but in a loving way. So when you're being fed information through your senses and by your senses, don't just go, all right, guess that's what it is. Because
exactly.
like 90%, I would say, because that's what I'm hearing right now, of the earthly information is either fragmented, or it's not really the full story. You're not being fed the full and whole complete story. And so it really confuses us only more. So you go, no, I want to be rational and grounded. That's also a very tricky word. When you think groundedness, you think 2 feet planted on the floor, and in this third dimension, that's where I'm safest. Guys, that's not where you're safest. That's where you can literally go insane. And a
Mhm.
lot of us are starting to lose it a little bit in this third third dimension, the
Mhm.
hyperfixation on the third dimension.
Exactly, because of the stress that is being presented to us. So it's also like it's very understandable, but that's why it's so
Yes.
important, and that's like it's a bit like going in the opposite direction of what your mind is telling you at the moment. So just know that that means that there resistance comes up. There's like you don't want to move in that different direction, but please do because there is where you find something else and a deeper trust again, and also the tools to change our reality because
Mm.
that's ultimately what is being asked of us right now.
Absolutely. You know, this earth, and then we'll, because we can talk about this for hours, as you guys know, listening to our now also English podcast, by the way, for those of you who are not Dutch speakers, we have our English speaking podcast as well. It's live. So we can talk about this for hours, but it's just one last, and you'll probably want to add something too as well. So this earth is a simulator and everything is there. It's a very strange system.
Mhm.
Constantly being distracted from self and soul, not for you to fall into those trappings, but to understand this is showing up for me. This is showing up for me. This is a way for me to understand what's true and what's not true, who I truly am and who I'm really not. So just use it. Every opportunity, everything that you see and shows up in your life, everything, especially the things that hurt you,
Mhm.
utilize and use it to your advantage by understanding the love behind it. There is always love behind it. However awful and gruesome and evil things may seem, or how they appear in your reality, there's um there's always more to the story. And once you figure out why things are, how do you figure that out? By asking the question, why is this showing up for me in love? How can I understand more about myself through this person or the situation? There's always answers to be found. And of course, we're always here as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's good to stress that those answers are here. So if you take that conscious effort to check in, to listen to soul, there will be something else. There will be something different
Yeah.
than like these devastating feelings or the feelings of like what's going on, like everything is falling apart. That's not what soul is saying. So
Mhm.
it's so important to stay close to hope and to stay close
Yes.
to something else than the fear and the destruction,
Mhm.
because that's not our soul talking. So just know that if you make that conscious effort, there will be something different. There is something being presented to you from your soul, from universe, from the souls around you that we want to help you look through a higher perspective, through a different lens, a
Mhm.
lens that is filled with love instead of fear. So
Yeah. So it's not all bad over here on Earth. We constantly get those little nuggets of information about ourselves, and but it's only when you ask yourself, "Why is this triggering me so much? What is that telling me about myself? What is it that I'm overlooking about myself, or not stepping into enough when it comes to my purpose or my soul's mission, my life's mission?" It is just all so important, guys, because a lot of the frustration will fall away as well, will melt away.
exactly, yeah, yeah,
This is your simulation. You chose a simulation, so it's not as if anything is happening right now that shouldn't happen, even though, again, there's a lot of evil. There's a lot of, stuff that's really, really tough to digest. Doesn't mean that it's not supposed to be there to teach us all who we truly are. And what we truly are is the universe incarnated. And I hope that over the past month, even if you've done only a few of the meditations, or even if this is like the first thing you're watching of us, just remember you can always rewatch them or watch them. You can start at day one and work your way through a month's worth of meditations with some pauses in between. But you know what? You can fill those pauses in between with Insight Timer and all the beautiful meditations that are on there.
yeah, yeah, exactly. You don't have to go about your day without a meditation. No,
Never wouldn't recommend it. We never ever
no, 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 no.
no.
And it's even the times in between the meditations are getting shorter for me. Like it's like I need a meditation. Yeah,
Must wear my
I
headphones.
need to be in nature, or I need to it can also be like dance or sing, or but there
Wow.
needs to be something that helps you realign, and especially during these times. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Active meditation is also equally important. You went on a wonderful walk in Ibiza today with a beautiful group of people. Active meditation. One of the meditation practices that we did on this in this during this challenge was vocalizing exercise. Also wonderful, wonderfully helpful. So again, you don't ever. There's never a good enough reason for you to skip it. Even if you only do it for 1 or 2 minutes, you'll always get better. Afterwards, you always feel better with more clarity and more inner peace. But it's just funny that there's one thing that you never feel worse after meditation. You can never say, "Oh, I feel so crappy after." Said no
Mm,
one ever.
yeah.
Oh, I shouldn't have done that meditation.
Yeah.
Worst thing ever.
Well, now, while I think sometimes people start to feel a lot, and that brings up some distress, like, but that's only an invitation to do another meditation.
Yep.
It doesn't want to stay like that. So it's good to know if you feel like, yeah, but whenever I meditate, I start to feel a lot and I feel
Oh,
less good, less well. Then you need another meditation. Just know that. And then after that second meditation, you will feel better.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, just to give you a brief overview of what we'll be doing after, apart from this little talk that we just had, is that we'll take you guys into a practice as well. And then we want to just like check in. So whoever is here live with us right now, but also those who are rewatching it, so that can be here live, because I know that 8 p.m. in the Netherlands is quite of a challenging time for, especially on a Sunday night. But we will be channeling your energy and relay some messages that we pick up for you all. There is a chat, so if someone has a burning question, you can always, share that in the chat. But for now, we go into meditation. Do you want to do it? Do you want me to do it? What do you want to do?
Yeah, it's fine. I can do the meditation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's do the meditation, and because we were going to do a practice afterwards as well. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I can. That's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to put myself on mute.
Please do, because I know you rambling on while I'm doing the meditation. Michelle. No, you never do that. No. Okay. So if everyone is ready, let's go into a short meditation just to set that field again of how important it is to go inwards. So if you're ready, you can close your eyes and take a deep breath in, like through the nose. And then a deep breath out through the mouth. And while you are breathing out, relax your shoulders a little bit, relax your body a little bit. Let your body sink a little bit more into the connection with the earth, with Mother Earth. Like grounding yourself feels very important as well. Grounding means that you stay in connection with your body, you stay in connection with what you feel, with Mother Earth. And knowing that when that feels overwhelming, that's because of mind telling you like additional stories on what you are feeling right now. And the soul, your soul, our soul, wants to help us trust what is here right now, what you are being invited to feel right now. So, being aware of the feet in the connection with the earth, perhaps other body parts, sinking a little bit deeper into the connection with Mother Earth. And breathing out or sighing out while doing that, while feeling that. So you're safe on Earth, even though that doesn't feel always like that. But it's really important that we combine forces with Mother Earth. So instead of wanting to leave or not fully grounding ourselves, that's the invitation right now to be here, be present, and interact with the energy of the earth and feeling your own energy connect with Mother Earth. So perhaps you can visualize that in colors, or perhaps like a vision comes up, like how your energy is connecting with the energy of the earth. And also this deep remembrance going on in why you came to the earth. Doesn't have to come up in words right now, but just by feeling the connection, you grounding yourself or letting yourself be grounded more right now. Also, more deeply remembering why you came, why your energy, why your soul is so needed on this planet. And there is not a single doubt in your soul that you need to be here right now. And allow yourself to feel that a bit more. Perhaps you feel that also in a certain part of your body, in your belly, or in your heart, or in your hands, or somewhere else. Your soul is absolutely certain about being here and contributing with your beautiful, unique energy on the course that this planet wants to take. Allowing yourself to sink in even a little bit more, even a little bit, becoming a bit heavier in your body, like relaxing your muscles, relaxing the tendency to be fearful and to tie it up or to be on the look, relaxing your body more. You are in the right place in the right time. And everything that you feel right now is necessary for you to remember that. But it's really helpful to not believe all the stories that your mind is telling you on what you feel, because that's very disturbing at times or most of the time. So sensing, feeling more through the body, through the energy, perhaps in visualizing colors or an image that comes up that is much more related to the essence of what you are feeling instead of the stories. So what you think that you are feeling. Opening up to trusting this moment right now. I'm here. And I'm here because I am very important as a soul being with all your qualities. And everything that you experience in your humanness is helping you feel that deeper connection with your unique qualities. So nothing is ever holding you back. That's also a story that our mind is telling us. Everything that is in your experience right now is guiding you towards a deeper understanding and a deeper expression of who you truly are. So let it move more freely through your whole being. If you know this and if you trust this again, you don't have to be fearful of it. Because your experience right now is exactly how it should be. And breathe out again a bit deeper. Sigh out. And again, letting your body become even a bit more grounded, heavier, releasing tension, releasing distrust, releasing fear, and opening up to love, opening up to that heartfelt connection with your higher self. And let that energy being poured over you right now, so that loving, deeply loving energy, filled with kindness, filled with trust, filled with courage, your soul's energy. Let that be poured over you. Let that sink in into every cell of your being a little bit more. You are here to trust these experiences, to trust what is coming to the surface, what wants to be felt in yourself on a collective level. Inviting love to become more present, love over fear. And with every breath out, you let go and release that fearful energy, the stress. And with every breath in, you open up more to the deepest love, the deepest kindness, the deepest compassion, the deepest truth, because that's what is part of your essence. So you don't have to work for it, it's already here. We are just opening up to it in the energy. And focus on that for a few more minutes, like when breathing in, opening up to love. Let that love being poured into your heart, into every cell of your being. And then when breathing out, releasing the fear. You might want to add a bit of color to it, like if the energy has a color or colors. The energy that you are breathing in, the energy that you are breathing out. And then it's time to get back to your body a little bit more and to this reality, like sitting where you are sitting or where you are lying. I'm starting to move your body a bit, like awaken your body a bit more so that you can open your eyes whenever you are ready. Yeah, becoming aware of your surroundings, but now with a deeper groundedness, deeper connection with your heart, soul, universe, everything.
Everything. Sorry, I had to move just so don't I didn't ditch you guys. I just had to lie down because I'm on a bar stool right now, and it's like, no, this is not working for me as a meditation tool.
Good idea.
Yeah, thank you for that lovely and beautiful meditation. Um, it's really important to let universe come get closer to us by going into stillness, but also to actively breathe them towards you, using your in-breath for them, and discarding or releasing our noisy minds. And I always feel bad because we talk so negatively about our minds, but they're actually just there, little soldiers and bodyguards to
Mhm.
protect us. Um,
Yeah.
they're not as clever as we give them credit for. So, right, they're not as smart as your wonderful soul, but mainly in addition, all the souls that are constantly around us.
Mhm.
Remember that like right now, wherever you are, in whichever room you're sitting, you are surrounded by so much beautiful energy. So, but yeah, let's zoom in. We have some people live with us
Yeah.
right now, and again, we'll zoom in a little bit on those of you who are rewatching this. So, because time is not a thing in the universe, so that's great.
Exactly. We know that you are here, even if you're not.
We do. We already figured that out. Maybe you want to start, Sas. Is there anything that you're picking up, or like a first important message for those who are watching right now?
Mm. Yeah, what I hear now is confidence.
Yeah, funny. I are the same.
Yeah. So like yeah, becoming aware of the fact that like there, that wants to be a kind of a confidence boost, like
Mhm.
for everyone who is joining us in this. Like there is a, uh, yeah, some fearful pattern in like fully sharing yourself with the world, or like in yeah, not fully showing up for yourself is what I hear now. And that's your soul is a bit dumb with that, I hear. Like there's a like because there's the confidence is about you acknowledging yourself more. So instead of that being um that it is necessary that someone outside of you is like acknowledging you for the things that you do, or whatever. It is really, it's between you and you, is what I hear. And yeah, there is something. Let me listen.
I can take over for now if you want. I can then add to what you're saying.
Yeah, I can.
I think, confidence does, or boosting your confidence does go hand in hand with taking bigger risks. So I can feel for whoever's watching this, take bigger risks and chances. So staying in the now, staying in, the mundane, into the familiar isn't really going to help you boost your confidence. So doing things, going about things in a different way, allowing for change to be part of your day, or bringing change into your day to day is very important. But in addition to, I really heard the sentence for whoever's watching, take bigger risks.
Mhm. Yeah,
Because the mind, again, these bodyguards are just trying to help out. And our bodyguards, our human brain likes and loves the familiar. But that's not how in Dutch would say, we're not going to win the war with that. We don't. You can't really expect a lot of change in your life in a positive way if you don't embody and if you don't allow that change. But the word risk there is really important, because when you talk about change, it's like, okay, well then I'll change my toilet paper. That's fine. No, no,
mhm.
no. I need for you to take like risky.
Yeah,
In welcome risky changes that your mind goes, yo, girl, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Like last night, I will say to you, I did take that big risk because I sang If I Were a Boy, you know that song? And
yeah.
towards the end, I just went out. I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna belt up, but also I'm gonna just do ad libs. And so the song was over and I kept going, like, oh yeah, like that. And everyone was like, whoa, yeah, and I did it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because
Wow.
normally you're like, yeah, I don't want to be too much. I'm not gonna take too much space. And I went, hell yeah, I am.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so yeah, we are talking about things that bring up some kind of resistance, some kind of fear. Like if because changing your toilet paper won't bring up a lot of resistance, I think.
It
So
needs to, yes, that's a very important add-on. So that's why I like feel like I want to stress the word risk taking.
yeah, exactly. No, that feels really important. Yeah,
Ready
to
for
to expand your horizon. That is what is being asked, because I can also see this image of us as warriors. That's the image that is being shown right now with like a sword. Like, but there is an important task for you to step forward more. But for that, you need the confidence more. Like, right there needs to be a bit more confidence. That at least that's what your soul is showing, it's already here. But to feel that yourself, you need to move out of your comfort zone. You need to do these things that bring up fear, resistance, what we just shared.
And I think as with the line of work that we do, what we have noticed in, I would say, the past 7, 8 months is that people are more scared than ever before, are more
Really.
fearful than ever before. And the reason that's because life is just so insane for all of us. There's so much happening. Now, was that different 10 years ago? No. Evil has always been present on this planet, right? It's part of the duality that is the third dimension of consciousness. So it's not like, oh, evil, there was less evil whenever humankind was just created through monk or apes. No, we are there is a darkness inside all of us, and we are asked to fight the darkness. So again, you're in your simulator, and especially those of you who are watching right now, Your this is your simulator. Your life is your simulator. So the sword that you just channeled, so that's so
Mhm.
poignant because that's exactly what we need to do. Instead of being passive and shell shocked and frozen, like, oh wait, how can I rise above this with my sword, fighting off my own inner darkness and my inner demons that we all possess. And inner demons are not just people who kill, rape, murder. No, inner darkness is that voice inside of you that says you can't do it. You
Mhm.
suck. You don't matter. Not
Yeah.
important. That's your inner darkness. And that voice creates wars, especially amongst men. And that's what you want to fight off. So take risks in being like, I am going to show up feeling worthy. I'm going to lean. So that's how the risk taking is the sword.
Yeah, beautiful. And also like you're what you shared, like you're in your own
Simulator.
stimulator.
The simulator would be something else.
Yeah, it's also important in life, but
I think
let's
also simulation and
let's stick with
scenarios.
simulator. Oh gosh. Okay, so I
You are in your own because you were really that was a very serious thing that you were going to.
yeah, so yeah, exactly. So you're in your own simulator, so it's really important that you understand that you are being asked to fight what you shared, your own darkness. And when you are projecting that darkness outside of yourself, so if you are like, oh no, there's so much darkness coming up in the world and it's outside of myself, that won't change a thing. Then we will stay stuck in the darkness because everything is showing up in our reality to mirror back to us that it's also part of us and that there's work to do. There's inner work to do.
Hmm.
And that's not that complex as our mind thinks it is, but instead of projecting it outside of yourself, please understand that this is showing up in our reality to help us connect with deeper wounds, deeper trauma inside of ourselves.
Yeah. And again, that inner darkness that we're talking about is that pesky little voice that or sometimes not even a little voice and she just shouts. In my case, sometimes I just go, whoa, you're really telling me that I do not matter, that I suck, or that I'm insignificant. And again, that everything that you see in the outside reality that resembles darkness stems from that wound. And so it's so important for you to put, and that's another message that I hear for every one of you, is put your purpose first. Prioritize your freaking purpose, people. Nothing else will like fulfill you as much as you honing in, stepping in to your purpose. And a lot of you are making this it's way too complex. What is my purpose then? Why am I here? You already know. You already know what you like and what you don't like and what you're drawn towards. Take like walk that illogical route of your soul, engage in more risky, adventurous
Exactly, that feels so important again.
activities.
Yeah, I hear the word. Take those risks.
Take
In
those
yeah,
risks. That's the way to get there. That's the way to get into alignment with your soul. Once you're in alignment with your soul, thou shall find purpose. And again, that's why you're reincarnated. So no matter how many, because I can see in the chat, I think there's a couple of messages about love and people running away. Oh yeah. Well, so there's a question in the chat. I don't think everyone else can see it. I think only we can read it, right? Or can everyone read each other's?
I believe everyone can read it.
Oh, okay.
Life. Yeah.
Okay. So also the question, why are the men that I love most running away from me? There is a very different subtitle there. You are pushing them away. So it's not that's what we talk about with the simulator and everything having a very different connotation or subtitle to the situation at hand. So this is a classic example of everyone is running away from me. You can already see that is brain talking, that is mind talking. It's too conclusive. It's too much. There's too much of a conclusion there.
Mhm.
I can already hear you are subconsciously pushing them away because it needs to be about you fully first. And that's why I think that's also a big part of your purpose is to help other people get there too.
Mhm.
To get to that understanding of self, like, hey, I will help you understand how important it is for you to prioritize yourself.
Exactly. Yeah, that's also what I heard. Prioritizing yourself.
Mm.
Yeah.
but I'm already doing that. You're definitely you're there, but it's really how in love are we with ourselves?
Mm,
Also for everyone who's watching, how can you actually walk to the mirror and say, I'm deeply in love with you?
mm,
Probably not. We're not expecting that because I don't know. I don't think that either of us can say yes wholeheartedly,
yeah.
deeply in love with myself, but we do have a long ways to go as well, where we
Mm,
can fully accept our bodies, our skills, talents, that we matter. Again, all of those things. That is a huge job. That's not any of those men that you are, because you want that validation from them. And right now, especially for us women, nope, we're not allowed to get that from them.
mm.
We need to step up. Be like, I'm taking risks because there's one thing that's for certain. I'm freaking important to this world. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's also because there's another question about like the last couple of days. I was quite mean towards myself and my body. Um, and what is coming up in regards to that question is that there's a like there's a lot of energy. The soul now, our soul, everyone's soul has a lot of energy to show up in different ways, to share more of your authentic self. And if we suppress that in any kind of way, like there the mind gets even more harsh, I would say. Like
Yeah.
there's a like you
Annoying.
yes,
Also.
when mind is getting harsh, then you know that there is an outlet clip. Like there's an energy that wants to
Be released.
be
Out.
released. Yeah, be released in a different way, and the mind is steering away from that, and then that energy gets a bit like cluttered,
Mm.
and then mind starts to nag about like things that
Mm.
mind is used to focus on, and it's like it's a bit of a distraction method, you can say.
Mm.
So just know that like by redirecting that energy into like taking risks in your purpose, like in doing things that your mind feels like, oh no, just just start with one step, and I promise you then becomes so much easier, like because it's like it's not that big of a deal as mind is telling us. That's absolutely true. So
Mm.
know what your soul is asking of you. That's what I'm trying to say. It's easier when you take that first step. Then things start to unfold in ways that you are like, how did that happen? Or, oh, that wasn't that bad. Like that felt very freeing. And
Mm.
by taking those risks and by stepping up and sharing yourself in new ways with yourself mostly, and from there with the world, you will fall in love more with yourself. You will feel that you are prioritizing yourself more.
Yeah, but it's there. It's not a passive thing. So you wanting to love yourself more or uncover your purpose, standing still or sitting still, it's not really going to get you there. Because I just realized, me being in Nashville right now, taking some time off work and really focusing on something that might not immediately generate money is a risk. It's uncomfortable. I
Mhm.
am here. It even my mind goes, Rochelle, you're old. You're freaking old. You're going to release an album. Like, with you being this old, I'm overwriting it. I'm overwriting. I'm still here showing up for that anyway, despite that horrible voice. Once I'm here, I'm like, oh, once you take that first initial step, you go, oh, I get it why I'm here, because I really do like myself a lot better for making this decision. And while making this decision, I realized so many other things that I didn't. I get so much clarity. I gain a lot of clarity, and be you moving to Ibiza, your voice just, voice of the mind just going, "What the hell are you thinking?" Override it.
Mhm.
We're not wanting any of you to be broke, so it doesn't always have to cost money, but taking risks, soulful risks, is definitely something that is a lot easier to access or to get, to implement in your day than you think it is. It's also sending that text and asking someone for help if you don't, even though your mind's like, hell no,
Mm.
figure this out on your own,
Yeah. Yeah,
right?
it's moving into a different direction than you are used to.
Yeah.
Also, I think that that's very helpful for all of us. Like, you know what your tendency is, right?
Mhm.
Like the habit is, or what you tend to do, or what mind is telling you. Like, oh, I always do that. I end up doing that.
Mm.
Well, do it differently. Then go into that other direction. See what happens.
Yeah. Important, guys. Um, Okay, let me see what else we have here. Yeah, so the most important thing to remember for me these weeks, guys, is just every day. Take one risk, take one uncomfortable risk, make one change that you would preferably not make, but you know that it's, you know what? I don't even need for you to know where it's going to lead you to, because
Mm.
it's always you're always going to gain something from it. So no, you don't have to know if I do that, then this will unfold or manifest in my life. Just freaking do it. If you go, maybe I should go to France next week just for 2, 3 days, but just go. Again, it doesn't have to cost money.
I would love to. When you just channeled that, I felt like I would love to.
Bonjour, madame.
I don't
But
know what.
this also really applies to
Yeah,
the both of
yeah,
us.
of course, of course, of course. No, but there was something that came up, but it's not here anymore, so not important. And
Mhm.
um, yeah,
Yeah, and we have another one. I'm noticing comparison and envy lately. Remember, for those of you who are asking questions, the answer apply to whoever is watching right now, not just to the person, but to all of you. So just stay connected with the answers. I'm noticing comparison and envy lately, but taking time to reflect and ask myself, why? Well, another really great example of being conclusive. Like,
yeah,
I just feel that there's a lot of fire in you right now, and you wanted to break free from your existence, the familiar existence, that the life that you live. And so I see you too holding up a sword and being like, "Get out of my way." And you're also saying, "I'm not taking no for an answer." I feel all of you are no longer willing to compromise and to settle for less.
exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know for an answer. Do you know that Friends episode?
What was that?
Phoebe, she wrote a song about I don't take no for an answer. It pops up with my musical Tourette's. But
Uh,
guys,
funny,
don't take an answer.
maybe. So the last question that is in the chat reminds me of what just came up. Is that so interested? My mind is telling me, and I know I took so many steps outside my comfort zone, but it seems from my mind nothing is happening, or I changed a lot.
Mm.
Changed a
Oh,
lot.
I changed a lot.
But next step. Yeah, okay, so that was exactly what came up. So while Rochelle was channeling, like it doesn't like so take a risk without you knowing where it will lead, like or
Mhm.
seeing the results of it immediately. That's very important because what is happening in the energy is when you take a risk.
What matters. That needs to be a full stop first.
Oh,
So the transformation that you bring into the energy by
yeah,
doing that, you're literally metaphysically
yeah,
changing. And the universe doesn't go, because you do this, there's a causal effect of that being the result of it. You
of
change
course.
the energy and the vibration in a positive way. Sorry, I had to interrupt you because
No,
that
no,
is
no. That's helpful. It's helpful because that makes it clear. So what? So I'm seeing it now in an image, in a vision. So you changing your energy, like you're changing, that makes things move over here in the energy. Like everything is connected. So, but if the things that are being moved in the energy is like on a like in this level, that takes a bit of time for you to see that manifested in your reality. But you can be 100% sure or 1000% sure that if you are changing your energy, a lot is moving. But
sure.
sometimes a lot is shifting and changing in like under the surface, you could say.
Yeah, at
Like,
a covert level, like on a
yeah,
like subliminal level, so you can't
exactly.
fully witness it, and then the mind always overlooks the subconscious subliminal level.
Yeah.
So a lot more is happening that you understand, and unfortunately, this is a big unfortunately. I hate this next part. Um, we're asked to take. It's like a set of stairs. You climb the ladder. So
Yeah.
what is one uncomfortable step one day is no longer an uncomfortable step the next day. So it's you surpass. Your soul is asking you to surpass that.
Mm.
It's so. Are you ever allowed to not become to be uncomfortable? No, in a way, no, because you're here to expand and surprise and remember your freaking soul, guys. That is a big task. So that really needs a little bit of discomfort in your day, mental and emotional discomfort, just a a smidge, guys. I'm not everyone to be like, oh, but yeah, overriding it and understanding that it's like every day some like a little more is expected of you, right? And
Yeah.
you should really feel sorry for Saskia because she has to go bungee jumping. So like that's that's losing out here from in
No,
my opinion.
I don't think that that's like this thing that I'm doing every day here. I find that harder than bungee jumping. So
No, I see that as so it's such on a personal level. Like it's whatever is uncomfortable and scary for you, it really isn't for me, and vice versa. It just
mm,
Um, so
yeah,
yeah, guys, it's important. It's not fun. The message that we were relaying to you, also not for ourselves, but it's very necessary.
yeah, and just know that like if we are not seeing the results in our reality, yeah, that's also because there is a deep, deep distrust still in all of us in like trusting soul, trusting universe, and that wants to be healed. That wants to be healed by yeah, also acknowledging that distrust, by the feeling that by and then also knowing that if you really open up to that feeling, that what will happen is that soul will guide you towards feeling a deeper trust again without it having to be in your reality already. Because that's like that, yeah, that's not how that heals, is what I hear. So it's really important to understand that there are also things being kept outside of our consciousness right now
Or
that are
vision, even for
that are changing already.
awareness.
But for us, it's like it's really important that we regain a deeper trust in our soul and universe on a very energetic level, not by it showing up, because that's not as deep as us checking in with soul again and again and again and trusting what we hear, what we feel, what we see without having it to be around us already or inside of ourselves in like the
This is a very important one. Earlier on today, you said with your higher self to me, put away your phone, put away your phone, put away your phone. Like actually forcing ourselves to like disconnect from our simulator in various kinds of ways because the mind measures constantly like gauges, measures. That's what it does. That's what it's supposed to do. But you can't measure energy. You can't some
Mhm.
type of energy, yeah, our weight, everything we can do. But in general, everything, the rule is what you see is not what you get. There is so much more to the story and so much more what goes on. And the only way for you to connect with that higher truth and that higher perspective is if you're literally allowing yourself to close your eyes and be like, guys, this simulator is full of bullshit. I'm actively disengaging from you
Yeah.
actively. This is a very important message for all of you. Saskia recommended for me years ago to buy the eye mask that with the weighted eye mask, which to me like it's such an incredible thing because it just really forces you to go.
Yeah.
I'm going to look behind my eyes instead of with my eyes in the outside. It's so much bullshit, guys. Wow. And every time you go, but the more I look outside, the more trust I get.
Mhm.
Hell no, no.
No, no, it doesn't
Unfortunately,
work like that. There needs to be trust, and then it can show up. So it's
trust.
the
Yeah, risk, trust, manifestation.
because the risk that is really important in this whole channeling as well. Like,
Yeah. So again, this meditation and healing challenge is to strengthen our trust in our soul, the universe. We have a very strong compass that a lot of old civilizations used and utilized back in the day. They didn't need the internet or AI or anything or Chat GPT. They had their freaking compass that was way more intelligent than any of those things. Even a calculator they didn't have. They didn't need it. They had the compass. They measured. Guys, ancient Egyptians measured with their freaking hearts. And scientists to this day, they go, but they didn't have a ruler. They didn't have
mhm.
a measuring tape. Like, how did guys, we are the universe incarnated. You possess insane amount of wisdom. Tap into that with your eyes closed. And if it's not with your eyes closed, like consciously disengaging from the earthly dimension of consciousness. So, yeah. And I think last, because I think it's
Yeah.
we have to head back. I have to head back to the studio. But what do goosebumps represent? Yes, they are very energy related. There is usually when you get goosebumps, you're closer to truth. That's an important one too.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You can feel truth by goosebumps, right? Like
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
higher frequency in the energy that is also felt through the body. So it's a higher frequency of truth.
But it is kind of funny because if I just talk about the ancient Egyptians or the Mayans or even far before that, because they were already quite a newer civilization. Um, there's a lot more that you can pick up on than just goosebumps. So they again they measured with their hearts. They
Yeah.
saw the world through their hearts, through their soul. So you can see we have a ways to go to get back to that. Unfortunately for us, we are expect to mimic these ancient civilizations right now. The earth is ready for us to mimic that. So
Mhm.
yes, risk, trust, manifestation, connection with the highest wisdom.
Yeah.
So guys,
Yeah.
thank you again.
Yeah, and just adding one more thing is that
Go on.
because I think Daniela commented like that she is gonna miss the challenge, and that's also what we feel like that there wants to be a continuation of like building community and getting together, and so we have a beautiful plan for that.
We have a beautiful plan, guys. This is definitely this is the beginning of something very, very, very beautiful. If this all of this information is a little overwhelming or difficult to understand, rewatch it and write it out because
Yeah.
it's like sometimes I can talk really fast and this is for us this is something that we talk about every single day. But if you can always book a session with us or well if you need more guidance and help, you guys all know that.
We will keep you posted on the
Future plans.
online program that we are planning to launch pretty soon. So where community is a big part of. So yeah. So yeah. Uh, Thank you guys for joining.
We feel so honored that we did this and we got to work with so beautiful, beautiful meditation teachers. We love them all, and gonna reach out to them to work with us on this next step, this new program that we're gonna be offering
They
soon.
will be part of it as well. Yeah. So yes, but thank you, and
Rest of your Sunday, and we'll probably see you soon.
absolutely.
Bye,
Bye.
guys. I'm still